Hey everyone, and welcome to the third pedal. It has been a very long time since I've made a video. However, you notice we are in a much different filming location that is actually indoors. Um, also, we're doing stuff to the Sunbird. It's about time. Um, Sorry about the lighting. The garage does not have the best lighting yet. We got to get LED lights where these garage doors are. Currently, there's no lighting there at all, and we got some fluorescent bulbs out, which don't even all work. But yeah, we got the Sunbird on jack stands, and um, I did find a strut bar for this car. It was 30 bucks, and I bought it, and actually looks pretty good under there. Stiffen the chassis up a little bit, and now I'm getting a little carried away. I actually found coilovers for a '92 Sunbird. Somehow, they exist. Because the aftermarket for these cars just kind of died in the early 2000s. So it's really hard finding aftermarket parts for handling and stuff. Any modifications, there's like no power upgrades. It's just a 2 liter. But basically, this thing's going to be like a little 8.6 from Initial D. Might as well have fun with it. Basically, the plan is now to chase Miatas. Anyways, I got coilovers from SF Racing. Never heard of them before, so I have no clue how these are going to go. But we're going to give it a shot because, I mean, it's my only option. So we're going to be getting rid of the old guys in here. You can't see those. The lighting sucks in here. A couple other things. Still looking for a car to manual swap this one with. That is proving to be difficult. Found one, but they don't want to sell it. It's annoying. It's literally sitting in a yard in the ground, but they don't want to sell it. Anyways, we're gonna need a new convertible top. As you can see, this bad boy's been duct taped and it's just ripping everywhere. Also, because it's dangerous, and now that this car is actually getting kinda serious, we're gonna have to get a roll bar for it because you just want to take every safety precaution you can with these cars. Of course, we're going to do better brakes later on. So yeah, that's what we're doing tonight to this bad boy. And the race car is not even up here yet. You got the S60R out there, the Monty in here. I guess we can kind of update the race car. As far as the race car project goes, that is a backup engine. It's an S60R engine, just like the engine that's in it. We have a head for a 2.4. Now that came off the one with the hole in the block. There's a video on the teardown of that. Please excuse the mess because there's literally an S60R engine in bits on the shelf. I mean, we got an angle gear down there, alternator, airbox, torque mounts, the intake, throttle box. I mean, it's just all over the place. Bigger intercoolers. That's for side mount, which we probably won't go with. Another turbocharger. There's a turbocharger, I think, in one of these boxes. Turbo control valve, some boost hoses and stuff. It's a muffler that's like 4 inches. Yeah, and a bunch of trans fluid. So the engine, as you already saw in another video, is in that car. That's just the backup engine. Here's the rest of the race car parts, and that's where I'm at on that, unfortunately. Because it's not here yet because it doesn't run. We got the Monty, the R, and the Sunbird all chilling here. So that's why there hasn't been a race car video in a long time, which once we get it up here, I'm getting right back on it because it's driving me nuts not being able to work on that car. I want to at least get it running by the end of this year. However, I'm going to have fun with what I can have fun with, and this seemed like a good idea to play with the Sunbird a little bit. So, yeah, we're going to put the coilovers on. Probably tomorrow will be the video of it on the ground so you can actually see it in the daylight, and we're going to play with the ride height adjustment and all the other adjustments that you probably don't want to watch because it's going to be boring. But yeah, we're just going to rip into it and hope they fit. Alright, so it's well, it's not the next day. It's actually a couple days later. I finally got the very, very rusty bolts off. As you can see, they have splines, and those are just rusted to the knuckle. So at least I got those out. I mean, I destroyed this nut. We're getting new hardware anyway. So yeah, we're closer to getting the front out, but since I was fighting with that for like an hour, obviously can't be tight if it's liquid. Since I fought for that with an hour, I got tired of it, and I moved to the rear. So here we are. In the rear, it's not all hooked up yet because the springs are so stiff. I can almost get this to the mounting point, but it starts coming off the jack stands, most likely because there's no weight in the trunk. Also, I did receive my light in the mail. Now this thing is awesome because it is really bright. So we have decent lighting, at least for now. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, we got both sides over here done. Yeah, this is the light I was working with Friday night. It's okay, but not as good as that other one. Anyways, so we're going to work on getting this connected up, and I'm probably going to fight this side because I know it's going to be just as difficult, most likely. So I'm at least going to get the other side, at least get one of those in for now, and go from there. Alright, so for no reason at all, many days later, background noise, Mike's working on the all-road, this Sunbird has honestly turned me into full simp, because swearing while fixing my car is my passion. I just got the new outer tie rods in. They actually weren't bad to get the old ones off. The shield ones were shot, and I beat the crap out of them with a hammer. So, kind of stupid how these ones work. You twist it on by hand, but of course the thread is, you know, a little rusty. So it's a little difficult. So there's a slot. I don't know if you can really see it. You open it up a little. There's a bolt that runs through that to clamp the tie rod. Kind of like how that is on the inner tie rod, which goes all the way in there. And that's a steering rack in the middle of the firewall for no reason at all. Anyways, we'll bleep that. A little bit of suspension mods to the actual car itself to get these coilovers to fit. Messed up the suspension geometry, so I don't know if you can tell, but that's definitely not perfectly straight. The steering wheel's straight. I mean, I'm getting them close, and we obviously can adjust them to make them drive straight, but it is slightly off. Both towed in, so not a big deal. New alternator. I don't know if I covered that already because it's been honestly days since weeks now that this car has been on jack stands. It's driving me nuts. He's putting control arms on the all-road. We'll try to go back over here where it's quieter. We did get camber bolts that can allow us to go positive 2.5 or negative 2.5 degrees, so we'll have enough adjustability with those. Around back, we still are trying to get those to fit into their sleeve. I just bought stuff for my Dremel, so hopefully we can get that sorted. Probably going to leave the trunk gutted. I really plan to get this car on the ground today. He's being very loud. He was not being this loud all day, but it's second I get the camera out. Yeah, it's typical working on a 90s car, unfortunately. Could be worse, could be a lot rustier. However, hopefully I'll be filming this car on the ground today. I'm not going to get my hopes up because these things are being a real pain, but we're gonna shoot for it. Hopefully the next video I shoot of this car is not a week out, so wish us luck. Okay, so I said the next video hopefully wouldn't be a week out, and I was correct because it actually was a month out. So as I was explaining, it is on the ground now. What we had to do was we had to cut a little bit to get these rear shocks to fit into their seat, but they're in. I do need to bring the back end down a little more. The front is kind of at the perfect height I want it. Obviously like I said, they're going to be towed in. It has like the perfect amount of camber, as is. But yeah, so I'm going to get a new piece of thread for the tie rod adjustment. The way it works on this car is the thread screws into the inner tie rod, and then you basically screw the outer tie rod on. The thread's too rusty for me to even get it all the way in, so that's why we're stuck with that much. This is with the wheels straight. Both of them are towed in really bad. So we'll get that fixed. Gotta do that. Definitely need to get this down to about the same height as this is here. As you can see, it's a decent fitment. I mean, we aren't going to really get it perfect until we get the new set of wheels on it, which I already know what type of wheels I'm going to get. So wheels and tires, then we can get the fitment perfect. I mean, yeah, you can really tell how bad that toe is. Yeah, you can really get an idea because you can see the tire sticking past the mud flap on both sides. And like I said, the steering wheel is straight on it. However, the car is at least on the ground now. We're getting there. Slow process, but there it is. Hopefully I'll be ordering, I'll also be getting control arms and new ball joints for the front, as the others are kind of shot. Really there isn't too much to do to it at this point. I did leave the trunk gutted like I said I would. Honestly can't wait to drive this car again. Especially can't wait to test it out on a good back road. So, for now, I guess that will conclude the video. Sorry for it being so patchy, because I mean this was filmed over a couple months at this point, from when we started to now. We did try to drive it like that. Didn't really go well, because I mean we just took it around the neighborhood and it would start squealing the tires, so I can try to take a turn. New wheels on the V50 with some Michelin Pilot Sports. They feel great. But just figured I'd make a mention since it looks really good over there. Just did that earlier this week. So yeah, I've been focusing on other stuff too. Anyways, once I get the new suspension parts, I'll probably film it. And I guess that will conclude this video. Once we get those parts in, obviously, get the wheels, tires, dial in the suspension, work on dampening and spring rate and all that fun stuff. So anyways, thank you for watching, and until the next time, goodbye.